Hello everyone, this is Jackie Williams. Thank you for joining me in this video. I want to share with you some watercoloring tips using the watercolor pencils. And I have a helper. My youngest daughter, Sophie, hello, has been helping me color up the pieces and has learned a few little tips herself. So she said she would help share them with you today. So Stampin' Up! Has a brand new kit called Nature's Painting, and this one is a little bit different because it teaches a skill as well as includes some products. So it's not necessarily pre-prescribed projects exactly, but rather teaching you a little bit about watercoloring. Now in this notebook, we have quite a few sheets of pre-printed images. I'll just have a quick flick through those, and then some blank sheets at the back, either for you to practice or use as a scrap paper, or you can stamp your own images as well. And this is really thick, nice watercolor paper. Now you may wish to use this kit just as a coloring in activity, maybe something relaxing to do while you're on vacation or watching a movie. Also a great way to upskill your techniques and do some practice, but also it makes a great gift because you need nothing else other than what's included in here, other than putting some water in your water painter. And this is a great tool to have in your kit. It also includes 8 watercolor pencils, which you can of course continue to use long after you've colored in your notebook. Now this kit also makes a great gift, and you can just wrap it up right in the box that it comes in and add a little tag and it's ready to go. If you don't want that Stampin' Up! Logo, you could just cover it with, you know, a pretty paper or put a label there and use that as your tag. Let's start with our first tip, which is just basic blending. So these watercolor pencils are very water soluble. I found that they were nice and soft to use. So Sophie's going to show you how she's been using them. So she colors them all the way in with a very light layer, and I would stress light because if you push too hard, sometimes you'll end up with like grooves in your paper that you won't be able to get out. So just very lightly put some color on, and then add a little more color where you want it to be darker. Okay, then you'll take your water painter and then just go over it, and you'll see that the color just blends out perfectly. You won't be able to see any of those pencil lines. Now you could also let that dry and add more color later. Now how I do basic blending, so it's a little bit different. I'll go over to this one, is I just add pretty heavy color. Again, not pushing so hard that I'm changing the paper at all. And then I take the pen and I get this nice and smooth, and then I just bring it up. So that works too. And if I want to add more color, like if I want to go really dark down here, you can, even while it's wet, and you'll see because it's wet, the pencil will come off really thickly. There we go. So that works as well. So you could do Sophie's technique and then just keep adding more color, or leave it as is, or you could try it this way. So either way works, whatever you're comfortable with. Now here's our finished sample. So I've taken that beautiful piece of watercolored paper and then just cut it into some little strips and added it to a very simple card front. And there's enough there that you could probably get 2 cards out of it, depending, of course, how big you make those strips. Our second way to color is to actually mix the colors. So Sophie's going to add a bit of the Flirty Flamingo pencil on one area of the petal. We'll just go one petal. And then a bit of Coastal Cabana on another layer. And of course, where they meet, might even make a third color. Nice. And so you can get a 2-toned look like that. Now on that same note, you could take 2 of the pencils and actually mix them together to create a unique color. So we'll take the garden green and just very light layer, and then add a layer of yellow over top, or you could even add a layer of blue to even for a different color, because if you're doing the whole pack with these 8 pencils, you might want some different colors than what's included, so you can just mix them together to create something quite unique. That's a nice green. So here's our finished card. It started out like this, and then I cut out the flower, and then I actually cut the 3 flowers apart, one flat, one on dimensionals, one on 2 layers of dimensionals, just to give it a little bit of interest. And then I added Wink of Stella as well on there.
For this one, I used just red for the inside of the petals, and then I darkened it on the edge using both the red and Berry Burst. So it doesn't look like Berry Burst
Right.
at all. It just looks like a deeper red.
Nice. So you can get different shades of the same color by mixing them.
This one, I just used the orange in the centers and then the Daffodil Delight on the outside.
Okay. Then one thing that I like to do is a lot of splattering. So I'm going to show you how you can do that even with pencils. So I've got my water painter nice and wet, and I'm actually just going to pick up a good amount of color right off the tip. So I've got the color loaded up on the end of the water painter, and then I'm just going to tap that on the water paint, on my fingers, sorry, and then you can get these nice little splatters. So here's the sunflower one completed as a card, and you can see I've got the splatters here, and I've also done that color blending that Sophie did, actually the same colors.
Yeah, the orange and
the orange and the yellow there. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that you did that. That was not me.
Yes. Sophie wants to clarify that was not her work. Apparently it doesn't pass. Anyway, and I wasn't loving the green, so I thought I was adding brown, but that's actually Berry Burst. But actually, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Okay.
All right. Then the last technique is to do a watercolor wash. So for this one, I'll use the blue. You could just very lightly put the color on here, but actually that might even be easier. I'll show both ways. What I did was picked up the color and then just painted in between the images, and you'll see that it will run out. So you want to always start where you want the color to be strongest and then let it go, or you can just, oh, this is wet, so it's coming out a little heavy, but you could just very lightly put some color on and then just go through and blend it and move it where you need it to be. This will give you a more consistent look, although it will still look watercolored, which isn't consistent. Okay, so either one of those methods will work very nicely. And this is the finished one. So we've done that watercolor wash in through the whole piece of this poppy image. And I've used the deckled rectangles and just cut a little frame out of it and put that up higher. And I've actually put clear embossing powder on there just as an extra. But just to give it, that's called the eclipse technique. Here you can see it better like this. Just to make it a little more interesting so it wasn't just a flat piece, although nothing wrong with that. I was just being creative, really. All right, I hope that inspires you to try the watercolor pencils and also give this Nature's Painting Kit a look. It's not only fun for coloring and for gifting, but you end up with some tools in the end that you can carry on using in your crafting. So I think it's a fantastic value. So I hope that inspires you to get crafting. Thanks so much for joining us. Please be sure to leave us a comment. Leave me any questions if you have any. And subscribe. This is Jackie Williams and Sophie Hall, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.